What is up, my tokers, jokers, and smokers? It's your man, Chef Rodney, here with another edition of the Daily Chronicles. Today, we sit down with my man, Chef Hiram Quintana. He's the owner-operator of Lion's Den Catering / food truck. He's a brand ambassador at Chef Spoons. He won Sous Chef of the Year at the 2016 World Food Championships. If that wasn't enough, he's also a brand ambassador for Stonyarin Farms. He's the owner and operator at Sizzle. He's the owner and operator at Stave and Stable. He's the corporate executive chef for J.J. Radican Brewing Company, a brand ambassador at the Black Garlic Market Incorporated, a brand ambassador at B&B Charcoal, the Oyster Bed, and the Flame Boss. Not even Billy E's Small Batch Bacon. If there's nothing else left for this man to do, he's also got a story about cannabis in his state. So you guys stick around. We'll be right back talking to the Chef Quintana. Chef Hiram Quintana, sorry, my good friend, the dad before the show is always bad. Producer Phil is just shaking his fucking head right now. But it's cool, guys. It's cool. Here's the Daily Chronicles coming at your faces. Chef Hiram Quintana in the house. What's going on, homie? How you doing? Thank you for being on the show.
What's going on, Chef? Thanks for having me on, brother.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like, holy shit, dude. What can you not do? Like, you got so much going on, bro.
You got me thinking there for a second. What can I do? I'm gonna have to think and get back to you.
It's insane. It's insane, man. Like I look at like a lot of the World Food Championships that you did. Like I was, dude, and I hate saying this, but I was there. You know, I was there when you won Sous Chef of the Year in 2016. And I was like, fuck yeah, man, get that. Like, how do I do that? And like, honestly, I have to say, without a doubt, it doesn't matter how much time you spent behind the knife. When a person does something of, I don't know, resoundment, I want to say, you know, something that makes them different from just the run-of-the-mill line cooks, you appreciate that. You know, you at least tip of the hat that. You at least go, hey, thank you for doing what you do. And man, seriously, thank you for doing what you do. Like, I have a ton of barbecue question for you. It's like the late and great Bourdain said, barbecue may not be the answer to world peace, but it's a fucking start. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at. Let's tell the people a little bit about like how you came to do like what you do.
I've been in the industry now for about, I'm going to say about 32 years.
Nothing to shake a stick at.
Just jumping out, you know, out of the gate. That's all I've ever done all my life. So you kind of live, breathe, kitchen. You know what I mean? So
it's a way of life for sure.
It's a way of life. I started in the dish pits, so it's just how I was and who I was bred to be. You know what I mean? You learn from the dish pit. That's actually still to this day. When I do consultant work or anything like that, that's actually where I go in undercover to the restaurants, to the dish pit. That's where you see where all the food comes out and to the kitchen. I mean, out into the dining room, and see when it comes back into the kitchen, what doesn't get consumed, what doesn't get going. So just the passion for food itself is what got me going. And you know, challenging myself to new ventures is the exciting part now. Is entrepreneurship of the restaurant industry, is parts of the restaurant industry that's overlooked all the time as chefs. Anyway, not by people, as chefs, overlooked.
Oh yeah,
different avenues, you know.
You know, before we get into the 5 dubs, which is kind of what we do on the show, I thought it would be an appropriate time from one chef to another, and being different. You know, I've got 26 years in, so not enough, you know what I'm saying, to match you, but I've got some years behind the knife. And I can tell you that I'm absolutely beside myself, excuse me, at what's going on as far as wages still in this country, as far as chefs. I think that if you offer your dishwashers anything less than $15 an hour, you're insulting the fuck. That's where I'm at.
Absolutely, I agree. But my guys are walking in now at $17 an hour.
Perfect.
Like, you know what I mean? Even though Pennsylvania is going down for 15, because a big part of what happens in the restaurant, remember, when you go to a restaurant, you don't go to see the dining room or see the chairs, the tables. You go to eat the food, man. And these guys are the heartbeat of operation. So you got to make sure you got to take care of what takes care of you.
Oh, absolutely. And to your point, if I may, let me illustrate that a little bit. So what Chef here is saying is, and I'm not trying to mansplain it or dumb it down, but I'm trying to say it so that I know, you know what I mean? You don't go to a restaurant because Becky down the street told you, oh, they have a really nice painting on the house. No. She told you, yo, they have a really good chicken piccata or a really good, rack of lamb, and it's, very good atmosphere. And then it's followed by the experience around that. So you always go for the food. I mean, let's face it. That's the truth, right? You never really go because they have, all these shenanigans and bullshit on the wall. Like that, none of that shit actually matters. You just go for the food. That being said, if the food sucks,
Rodney, we just want to interrupt you 1 second.
Yep.
Your voice is crackling over the audio.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. Very good now.
Yeah. It's like a crackle and it's a screech.
How's that?
No.
No.
No,
no.
You can't even hear your voice now. It's like kind of like auto-tune.
How about now?
Now it's lower, but the same.
Lower. I hate electronics. I hate these things so much.
I think you're having mic problems.
I'm having a ton of mic problems. How's this?
No, it's still like, for some reason, however it's doing, it's just crackling, and it's the audio is coming out really faint and squeaky.
Hang on 2 seconds. Luckily, we can edit this.
Yeah, it was fine, and then it just started doing it all of a sudden.
I'm trying to get this, so this swing arm right here does not like to stay up at all. It said it'll hold a mic up to so many pounds, and it fucking won't.
You have a backup?
I do somewhere. I'd have to dig it out. I don't know if we have time, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever it is, it sounds like it's like, you know how you get close to a speaker type of thing?
Yeah, a blown out speaker type of thing. Yeah, let's try this.
So try maybe the input, put in that now and then.
How's it now?
That's still the same.
What about now?
Nope.
Still the same?
Yeah, and you can't even hear your voice on the feed.
How's it now?
Perfect, but it's got an echo now.
Yeah, it's echoey. Yeah. Hang on. What about now?
Much clearer.
Clear?
Yeah, a little less echo. Can you do it?
What about now?
Perfect.
Yeah, so there we go. All right, cool. Well, that takes care of that. Fuck it. We'll just keep it in, man. I'm just going to, that's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, you have a magical voice. I don't want them not to hear it, you know?
Oh, you're good. No, you're good. I appreciate that. We're doing some changes here at the studio, and y'all know what's going on. Everything's, I'm busy as fuck now. It sucks. Like, I thought my life was busy as a chef. No, there's so many more things to do with this shit.
Absolutely.
There's actually a time, believe it or not, where for like an hour a day, I for my vocal warm-ups, I can't speak.
You're cutting out.
I'm cutting out again?
Yeah, it seems like a connection thing.
Oh, it's the internet. Well, everything's fine on my end. I got green lights across the board. We're getting that fiber soon here at the studio, so that's going to be pretty cool. But before we have any more technical difficulties, why don't we just dive right back into the 5 dubs and kind of get what we can get? You know what I mean? That's what it's about, right? The marrow of the bones, if you will. That being said, first time dubs, man, let's kind of get into it a little bit. What is like what's the first time like you ever smoked weed? Kind of set the stage for us a little bit. Where were you? Who were you with? You know, you get the idea. Like your first time ever with cannabis.
First time ever with cannabis. Penn Treaty Junior High School, dude, in Philadelphia, out near the Delaware Avenue. I'm from Philadelphia originally, born and raised.
Okay.
And, I remember in junior high school, probably about 8th, 9th grade, cutting school with, of all people, my older brother. And we used to walk across from Penn Treaty over the Benjamin Franklin Bridge into like the Camden area.
Okay.
Just because there was the easiest way, because the cops could have catch Southern Ben Franklin. You had to run one way or another. You're gonna catch.
So you guys could split, and you'd be like, "Yeah, we'll be good."
Yeah. So that was my first experience, like walking that bridge to Benjamin Franklin, and that's the first time I ever choked on pot. When I was younger, I didn't know then what you know what I mean.
Right.
It was just. You know, I mean, you know how it is getting at first getting high, you freaked out, paranoid type of thing.
Oh yeah.
It just became afraid of it for years.
You know, and that damages your outlook in the plant. That's what we don't realize. Mm-hmm. You know, that damages like you get scared of it. You're like, I don't want to do this again. You know,
the paranoia.
Oh yeah. And that's why, like, some people are like, I didn't get high my first time. I mean, I believe that. Okay. You know, sometimes when your body absorbs something that it doesn't have in it, you know, it's a new substance, then, you know, it could just kind of ignore it, you know, or you didn't smoke enough or something. But we've all had that edible, you know, that first edible where it's like, oh. And then we're just like, it wasn't that bad.
That's why they made that meme, because that first edible.
Oh, yeah.
Again.
It's you start playing baseball with the imaginary friends you had growing up real quick, you know, and I love it. Now, going back to the first time you ever smoked, what was the first thing that you smoked? Was it a joint, a dab?
It was definitely a joint.
Definitely a joint.
There was no dabs back then. Back then, you got the little joints, and that's what you bought for $2 or something like that.
There was a lot of hash going on back then. There wasn't rosin and dabs and stuff, but there's a lot of hash going on.
I don't think there was a separation between the plant as much as there is now.
Right.
Back then, pot was pot. You know what I mean? Especially when you got in a city, there was no name recognition. It was just a little bag with some green substance. There was no names on it, no fancy stuff they got now. Now that the medical field is like kind of jumping in, now it's coming more mainstream. But back then, you bought a joint, didn't know what was in it. Yo, this is some good shit, is how they would say.
Oh yeah, it tasted like it was absolute garbage. It was brickweed, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Like
packed in the pound sacks, compressed.
Oh yeah, and then broken off to whatever you needed. And you got weed, and you were like, I'm gonna smoke this. Like this looks terrible. Pretty sure that's a bug.
A grinder for you.
Yeah.
And then just left the stems in whole. I hated it.
If you've ever been shot in the face with a cannabis stem while smoking,
dude,
you were a true warrior.
Yeah, when that spark happens, man, it's like 4th of July, bro.
Oh yeah. I do. There are ways to consume cannabis with the seeds and stems. So if you cryocure the entire thing, you can smoke the entire thing. So whatever's left as you put it in a cryocure, obviously you can just smoke it. Literally, I've watched someone just take an entire, cola that's been cryocured and run it through a grinder. Obviously, it was a specialized grinder. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. When you break it up, it feels like styrofoam. So if you put it in a conventional grinder, it's going to get kind of gummy if you keep going. So they ran it through this grinder, and obviously it was nice and fluffy a little bit, but here's the thing. If you press down on it too hard, it mashes. So it's really good for pressing, obviously. But you can smoke it. And I'm telling you, when it's cryocured like that, you catch all the terpenes. Huh?
Tell me a little bit about this CryoCure.
Oh man, here, do this. Go to cryocure.com. My man Greg and his girl Tracy are running it. You know, they'll tell you everything you need to know, but I can tell you this. So, seeing it firsthand, And smoking cryo-cured weed, this is the new. It's hitting the nation by storm. A lot of people are turning to it because of a few things. First and foremost, when you cryo-cure something, not only are you curing it, you're also drying it at the same time. And you can do this within 24 to 36 hours, so it exponentially pushes the process. Not to mention every single terpene on the spectrum, because you're not burning anything off. And it's not drying off, because that's my point. You're flash freezing this plant